What's going on, everybody? Z here. Welcome back to some more New World, but this is something different. We are actually checking out the public test realm. This is the new realm that they're having for major updates. They're gonna go here first, get tested out, and then they're gonna go to the main branch. So the reason I wanted to check this out was because I thought maybe some people would be interested, and I'm having a wonderful time playing New World. So if you're interested in New World, I have a link down below. But let's hop in. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, like, and maybe consider subscribing if you feel like I earned it. So the thing that I wanted to check out, and I think the thing that probably, I don't know, a lot of people are gonna be excited about is the Void Gauntlet. Yes, the new gauntlet. Now, I know some people are like, well, why is there a Void Gauntlet? Like, why is that the next weapon? I don't know, honestly, I don't know. But I do know it is the first weapon that actually scales with, let's see, where's it at? With intelligence and focus. So this makes this the first weapon that anything else can really scale with focus with. So if you're primarily a healer, then the Void Gauntlet is going to be excellent for you. And that could be possibly why they came up with this. Maybe there just wasn't enough for a standalone life staff full build healer, and they needed to give them something extra to fight with. So I primarily run Ice Gauntlet. So that's why I wanted to check out the Void Gauntlet, because it's similar but different, if that makes sense. So yeah, we're gonna check that out. Now, couple things about this public test realm. You're gonna see that everybody here is level 60 pretty much. I'm level 16. So how these realms are working is when you first jump in, it lets you pick a level. So it lets you pick level 2, level 16, or level 60. I picked level 16 because I am not max leveled yet on my main character. So I'm not going to be like, if I played with it, I'd be like, oh my gosh, this thing's doing huge amounts of damage. But that's also because it's like a super high level thing. So I wanted to play something that's a little bit more reserved, a little bit more, if you're not maxed out, you know what I mean? Like kind of an early feel of it, if you will. So we're going to check this out. Now, I am wearing heavy armor. Another thing, if you do join the public test thing, do not go through and open all of these things, because what happens is your weight gets super heavy and then you can't even move. Yeah, so I need to figure out what I need in order to, so I want light playtest armor. Let's go ahead and open this. So this is gonna give me, see, this is all focus. Is there any, is there anything that's giving me int? Because right now I want intelligence, because that's how my character is currently set up. Light playtest armor. Is it always the same? It looks like it's always the same. So are these playtester light boots of the Sage the exact same playtester light boots of the Sage? They are exactly the same. Okay. So what about this scholar light armor? What is this? There we go. Okay, so I need the scholar stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's put all of the scholar stuff on. So now we are within light armor, and we do have our int buff on everything. Now this also does scale with focus too, so that would be super huge. But then everything else, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop that. Drop items on the ground. Yes. So don't go through and open these, because you'll be opening them forever. It's not a good time. It's not a good time. Like, look at all the gems I have right now. It's awful. It's awful. Actually, you know, I'm just gonna drop all those gems too, because I just don't need them. All right, so let's give this bad boy a test. Now, actually, let's just see what we got here. Oh, that thing looks nasty. Okay, so there's our light attack, and then we have our, you know, build up, and then we need to get into our abilities, our skill tree here. So let's actually look at this Void Gauntlet. Let's see what we got. So we've got Annihilation tier and Decay tier. Now the Annihilation tier, from what I've heard, is basically, it seems like it's focused around this Void Blade, but how with the Ice Gauntlet, one of them is focused around an Ice Pillar, which we never used. So the Void Blade, and then we also have Decay, Orb of Decay. Fire an unblockable orb that passes through enemies, deals 100% weapon damage, and inflicts disintegrate, dealing 5% weapon damage per second and reducing weapon. Okay, so like that sounds like a huge deal. Then we also have Oblivion, summon a circular rift of void energy at your feet that deals 30% weapon damage per second to enemies and grants empower to self and friendlies, increasing damage by 20%. Wow. 5 minute radius, or 5 meter radius. and a 6-second cooldown. That sounds pretty amazing. Petrifying Scream. Unleash a void-infused scream, dealing 100% weapon damage, staggering and inflicting root to enemies. 5 meters in front of you, disables enemy movement for 2 seconds. Okay. So, like I said, I normally play the Ice Gauntlet, which is all about crowd control, rooting, slowing, all that stuff. So those builds are usually focused around that. Baleful Tether. Fire projectile that tethers you to an enemy, weakening it and empowering you by 4% per second, 20% maximum. The tether ends if the target moves beyond 15 meters. Okay, so if you get tethered to somebody, you weaken it and empower yourself by 4%, per second, up to 20%. So up to 20 seconds. Okay. And then the other ability, fire projectile that inflicts essence rapture for 10 seconds, healing anyone that hits the target for 20% of the damage done. Does not apply to damage over time. Wow. Okay, and then our ult, Glimpse of the Void. Gain a stack of Void Essence per successful ability hit. At 4 more stacks, your next successful ranged heavy attack will instantly reset all Void Gauntlet cooldowns and remove stacks. Ooh, I like the stacks. I like that. That sounds nice. And then Void Caller. On successful ability hit, gain a stack of Void Essence at 6 stacks, consume all stacks, and gain 3-meter aura that heals self and friendlies for 30% weapon damage and deals 30% weapon damage per second to enemies within range. Healing scales exclusively with focus. So some of these, Harvest Essence health drain is reduced by 50%. Harvest Essence. What is the Harvest Essence? Harvest Essence health drain is reduced by 50%. Okay, so let's get a build on here. Let's get our Void Blade out and let's get the Orb of Decay. Let's kind of see what's going on with these guys. And I think we can always respec later. So let's kind of see what this Void Blade does here. So Void Blade, we bring this bad boy out. Tell me that does not look like the sword from Halo. It does. Now, how long does that stay out for? Oh, 4, 3, 2. Okay. Now let me go grab this quest and we can actually get some stuff going here. Okay, investigate the shipwrecks marked on your map. So let's check this out. Oh, what's our orb do? Wait, what? It like came out but then came right back to us. How's that working? Fire an unblockable orb that passes through enemies, deals 100% weapon damage, and inflicts disintegrate, dealing 5 weapon damage per second, reducing damage absorption by 5% for 8 seconds. Stacks up to 3 times. At max range, it transforms into a healing orb and returns healing friendlies for 20% weapon damage per second. Oh, so let's go try this out on some actual enemies here. Now, we are super high leveled for this area because it's level 16 and this is like a level 2 area, so we're not really super worried about that, but I want to fight some of these things if we can find one. Here we go. Okay, let's get our sword out. Interesting. What are we hitting these guys damage wise? Like 150s. Not bad. So this is definitely better in like a group. Ooh. So does that do healing? Does that heal me? I know I need to take some hits here. Let's take some hits. I'm curious to see, because it says when it returns it does 20% weapon damage healing. Is this really all you can do? Okay, so let's try this out. Oh, it didn't even hit him. It did heal though. It gave me a 5-second aura of healing. Okay. Interesting. I feel like this orb is supposed to go out and like actually hit something and then come back. I need a dude. Let's see if we can hit this guy from further away. Oh, I wonder if I was just hitting the ground with it. That could have been. I could have been shooting into the ground and hitting it. Ooh, that is kind of neat. That's pretty neat. Okay, so let's get back into here and let's look at some more stuff, shall we? So we've also got a Baleful Tether, Petrifying Scream, and Oblivion. So let's do this Oblivion. Let's get that one. And I want to check out this thing, because this sounds like this just goes right at our feet, so we don't actually have to aim. We can't aim it. But if you're up close and personal, you pop this, that puts that on there. I mean, it does damage, and then if you were doing a sword fight in here too, like, I mean, that's a pretty good combo. We need to get to some higher level things here. You know what? I'm just gonna run up into the towns. I'm gonna get to some higher level stuff so we can actually have a fight here, because I want to see how this works. And these level 1s and 2s and stuff like that, they're not actually really doing anything for me. So let me head towards where are we going towards? Like Windsward or something? Yeah, we'll head towards like Windsward, and then we'll do that. I'm not worried about leveling up. They did also change some main story quests. They added some, or they changed like the actual like mission and what you do. So it's not just like, you know, fetch quests all the time. And then they also are working. They're working on a whole bunch of stuff. I'll have a link down to below to like all the public test realm patch notes and stuff. But like I said, I am focused on the Void Gauntlet, because that is the thing that is directly going to impact how I play the game. All right, so we've made our way into Windsward. You know what? Can I put a camp down? We need to get a camp in here, because if I die, I don't want to have to like restart all the way at the beginning of the all the way at our first place. Oh gosh, that'd be so bad. Okay, so I did go ahead and I put my ice gauntlet on as well, and I spec'd my ice gauntlet to what I'm used to. So at this level, my ice gauntlet, typically what I do is I usually throw this guy down, hit it with this, and then we're hitting like 300 and something damage. And I throw this guy down, stop that guy, and that's typically how I play. Like that's the main combo here. And then when you get things set up, your crits start doing a lot more damage. So we're doing 214-ish, and you know, okay. So let's go ahead and let's swap back to this guy. Oh, there's a lot more corruption here than I remember. So let's hit these guys. 3-0. Wow. Interesting. We're hitting him for 300 with just a regular heavy attack. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to this guy. Just a regular heavy attack. 239. Oh, holy moly. Okay, so good time to check this out. Let's go ahead. Let's call it this guy. Let's throw this on the ground, and let's hack and slash, and let's kind of see. Oh. Ooh. That was really good. Like, that wasn't an issue whatsoever. And then if I need health, I mean, I guess the next thing on top of that, we just blast this thing, pull back, and then we get up to. Oh, that is actually really nice. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go to a safe place, and let's actually look at these perks again. I like the combo of this Oblivion with your blade. If they're going to be right on you fighting anyways, you might as well be doing that extra damage. I like the Q ability to be able to send an orb out essentially, and then pull some health back. Like, that's kind of nice. Let's see. So then we get 5 seconds of healing. Interesting. How much does Oblivion do on its own? 66. Wow. I gotta say, the void damage is pretty good, and it's actually really nice because I have issues with the ice gauntlet on these kind of corrupted dudes myself. However, I also don't have an ability right now to get mana back. Let's pop this. Let's put Oblivion out. Oh man, that is actually pretty cool. This guy's gonna come after me. But the fact that we're hitting him for 301 constantly, that's pretty nice. Okay, so let's see. Avoid Gauntlet. Let's see what else we can do here. Unleash a Void Infused Scream, dealing 100% weapon damage, staggering and inflicting root on enemies 5 meters in front of you, disables enemy movement for 2 seconds. That sounds pretty cool. Essence Rupture. Fire a projectile that inflicts Essence Rupture for 10 seconds, healing anyone that hits the target. 10% of the damage done does not apply. So this is another healing kind of thing. Okay. Plus 10% critical chance while above 50% health, plus 10% damage. So like, that's a pretty good one. And I guess if we were going to be running the Void Blade, we probably would want all these as well. But I kind of want to see what all these little other ones are. 10% cooldown reduction on all abilities. On critical hit, 10% cooldown reduction? What? That's anytime you crit. Plus 10% critical chance while all abilities are on cooldown. That's while all abilities are cool. Well, that's still pretty nice. Gaining power when casting abilities within 5 meters of an enemy, increasing damage by 10% for 5 seconds. Anytime you cast an ability within 5 meters, you get 10% damage increase? What? Harvest Essence health drain is reduced by 50%. I don't know what this Harvest Essence thing is. Let's see. Your attacks inflict weaken to targets inside the radius, reducing their damage by 5% for 5 seconds per hit. Stacks up to 3 times. That's kind of crazy. Gain Fortify on start, increasing damage absorption by 20% for 5 seconds. Plus 10% critical damage on Void Blade attacks. Like, successful thrust attacks heal self for 5% weapon damage per disintegrate. Stack on target. Scales exclusively with focus. Okay, and let's look at over here. 10% damage on successful ranged heavy attacks against targets more than 8 meters away. 5% mana per successful ranged light attack against targets afflicted by your Void Gauntlet debuffs. Mana cost reduced by 25% when above 50% mana. That's a no-brainer. Cooldowns are reduced by 10% per second while performing. What is a Harvest Essence? Am I just completely missing this? Healing from ranged heavy attacks is increased by an additional 30% of damage if target is below 50% health. I just don't understand. Gain plus 5% mana per enemy hit by the orb. Oh, mending, evasion, dodging with full mana heals you for 80% weapon damage, scales exclusively with focus. That's also interesting. But I don't know what Harvest Essence is. Oh, you know what? Is Harvest Essence a healing ability? No. Weird. Okay, so I went through unlock some things. We also unlocked this Essence Rupture. I don't know if that's what it's talking about, but I want to check this out. So we're gonna put Essence Rupture on this guy. And I want to see what this does, because this also has a healing ability. So let's see, let's hit this guy. So that can heal people? Interesting. I'm not sure that I read this correctly. Fire projectile that inflicts Essence Rupture for 10 seconds, healing anyone that hits that target for 20% damage done. This does not apply to damage over time. Oh, we hit it, and then we would gain health, 20% health from hitting that. Interesting. Let's take some damage. All right, so I'm taking damage. I hit this guy with this, and then we gain health off of it. Interesting. So, man, I gotta say this weapon is quite interesting, because it seems like it's a really good DPS weapon, but it also does a lot of healing to self and enemies. So let's pop this Oblivion. Let's hit this guy. Darn it, I didn't mean to kill him, but okay. This thing is kind of sick. So I came over to another area, and I wanted to play with a different enemy type here. So over here, my Ice Gauntlet is it's far superior. It does more damage, so it is very enemy based, I guess. So the Void Gauntlet will obviously do more damage on things that are weak to it and resistant and all this stuff. However, I find it a little bit better than the Fire Staff. I'm not a huge fan of the Fire Staff. It seems like enemies are either super weak or super resilient. It's kind of not like, there's not like an in between there. Now, the sword itself on these guys does more damage than just a cast. And the survivability and the health regain from some of these abilities is quite nice. Now, I don't think that I would... This Essence Rupture, casting that one little projectile and then getting 20% health back from hitting that one enemy, I feel like that is more of a boss kind of thing. So that would be something you want to cast on a boss where you can be like hacking at it for a while, you know, really get your money's worth. Out of the two, though, I would definitely say the Oblivion. I would say the Orb of Decay is probably the one that I would go to. So let's pop down in here. Let's hit these guys with Orb of Decay. Devin didn't even hit him with it. Okay, so that's going to be interesting right there. So let's pop this down. Let's get in here. Let's start hacking and slashing. See, that's very neat. But Orb of Decay... Okay, we do hit him. Then we do gain health. Yeah. That Orb of Decay, I think, is the one that I would probably most likely play with. However, it is kind of hard to hit him. I mean, it is nice to get that healing ability back, though. It's not necessarily a lot, but it is enough. And we could always bump it or buff it up. So gain plus 5% mana per enemy hit with an orb. Orb slows enemies down. Press the ability input again to detonate the orb within a 4-meter explosion radius. Depending on the orb's phase, the explosion will either damage enemies for 100% weapon damage and apply a stack of disintegration or heal friendlies. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. Let's go ahead and respec it. I want to try that out. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this. We got our orb. We got the same things again. However, we can now enact an ability where we can pop this and then blow it up. Oh, okay. But then we could hit we could hit ourselves for that and do even more damage. Let's get our sword out here. And then there's a thrust attack. I saw the thrust attack has a chance to return health as well. Thrust attack really doesn't do that much damage, though, in all honesty. So let's shoot this out, have it come back to us, and then hit ourselves. Plus 82 health. So my opinion of the Void Gauntlet, first impressions right now, is this will absolutely be my secondary weapon. It might become my primary weapon. I don't know. I really like the Ice Gauntlet, but the self-healing ability makes it a really good weapon for maybe if you don't play with a group of people. You can heal yourself up pretty good, because I was actually running a life staff as a secondary for a little bit. But the healing abilities from this guy, it's really nice. It's actually really nice. So that's a good option. Also, this is also like the point of view of somebody that's not like super into min-maxing. I'm not like worried about absolutely hitting every trigger and making sure everything is like on time, perfect. Like I just casually play, have a good time, do a build that I like, you know, things like that. So this is not your super in-depth number crunch, anything like that by any means. This is just kind of more of a for funsies. But I think I will be at least using it as a secondary. This is going to replace my fire staff for sure. And if not, it might actually replace my Ice Gauntlet as well, because I actually really do like it. I like this light sword cools down from the minute you use it. So it has like a 15-second use period, but then it has like a 25-second cooldown. So really you're only about 10 seconds out of not having your dark arcane sword ability or whatever. So you're really, so like, yeah, we have 9 seconds left till cooldown. And if we do any crits or anything like that, it decreases the cooldown again. So that is super cool. I'm looking forward to that. And then another update, another thing that's really exciting is the trading posts. Oh, you got a complete quest. So trading posts are all going to be together. What's going to happen is, depending on where you're buying and selling from, like if I bought it here and it was sold somewhere else, that's when the taxes of the town take effect. However, every store will be linked, so you can buy or sell anything to and from any market, if that makes sense. So you don't have to go across the map to another area to buy things from that area. Everything's like nice and together. So that's super cool, but I'm not gonna worry about doing the quest for that. I really honestly just wanted to check out the Void Gauntlet, and it's sick. It is really cool. I really like it. And let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. I'm super curious. But yeah, thank you so much for coming out. Hopefully you enjoyed. This is just a first look at the Ice Gauntlet for those people who maybe aren't playing the public test realm or whatever, or didn't want to wait in line for it, because the queue times right now are rough. But yeah, really cool, really neat. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know when this is actually going to be out. Hopefully soon. I'd like to see it come out soon, because it's that thing is fun. But yeah, you guys have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Again, if you enjoyed the video, maybe consider leaving a like. If you think I earned it, maybe consider subscribing as well for some more, and I'll see you in the next one.